Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hero RC. I'm Robert, and I am so glad to be back at my hobby. I feel so blessed to be able to do this, and I hope that you're having a blessed day. In frame, I've got my TRX6 all broke down. I've got the tires and everything painted and ready to go back on the truck. But I can't find 3 plates to the dually wheels to put all the dually wheels back together. I swear if it ain't one thing, it's another. So this project is going to be on hold until I find the plates or have to order some more, or maybe go through my stuff and maybe I can find something that'll work. But I have no clue what I did with those things, working and keeping my home front up, and I'm not 100% organized like I would like to be, so I can't keep up with everything. I could have sworn I put it all together, but apparently I didn't because I can't find it. But anyway, the main topic today, what I want to talk about, is about us new small RC crawler, basher boats, drifters, drones, whatever your category of RC might be, but it's about us new small channels. I've been doing this for about 9 months now, and I've got maybe a little bit over 100 subscribers. Not nearly enough, not nowhere near enough to be profitable. So I just have fun with it until I can, find the time to put into it, which is what I'm going to talk about here. So until then, I am learning about the vehicles and just having a blast. But speaking of time, I'm not sure what you want to do. I mean, of course, if you get on YouTube, with your videos, you're hoping to make some money. I'm pretty sure that's everybody's goal that does this. And the things that I've learned over the 9 months is that it takes time, patience, hard work, and money. It's time consuming because you have to make the videos, you have to make, edit, and then you have to have a place to make those videos. A lot of people go out and go to places, where they live. It could be 15 minutes away. It could be, an hour drive away, to make their videos. And a lot of those that I've seen, they seem to do pretty good. You're going out and find a location, a beautiful location with water and rocks, and they do their thing. And that's mainly for the crawlers. And I just mentioned bashers, boats, and drifters and drones, as a whole category. But they're subs, of course. And my sub category is RC crawler. That's mainly what I like. I have a few bashers, but RC crawling is my thing. But anyway, like I said, you got to make and edit. You got to have a place to make the video. Then patience. It's not going to happen overnight, because from what I've seen, this is a very, very competitive hobby to make money with. And the reason why it's competitive is because, you got the guys that have been out there for a while that are big, that have tens of thousands of viewers and subscribers, and they want to stay there, which where they are, or move up, which I don't blame them. That's just the nature of a person. You want to keep moving forward, of a positive person in my mind. But to get started, you got to have subscribers that like to watch and comment and share. That gets you out there, which that doesn't happen overnight, because you have a lot of, and like I said, from what I've seen, you've got a lot of people in this hobby, and a lot that have been there for a while, and then you've got some that are new, and I'm starting to see new ones almost every day. And what a lot of the new ones do, what I'm finding is that they'll watch your video. If they like it, they'll subscribe, and they expect for you to do the same for them, which that is cool. That's fine. Uh, Now, say for instance you do that with about 50 or 60 new channels, time becomes a factor because they watch your videos, comment, and like, and then they want you to go back and watch theirs and comment and like. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, which I am cool with that. But that's where time comes in. It takes time to go back and go through all of these videos, especially when you're working full time and have other things to do. When this is not your number one priority. Another way you could do it, which I've seen, is that you could pay YouTube to put your name out there. And I don't want to do that because I don't have the time to make the videos that I think are good enough for people to watch. So I don't want to get into that part. And plus, I don't know how to edit and all of that crap. So that's stuff I've got to sit down and take time to do. Another way is you could research how to get subscriptions on YouTube. There's a bunch of channels that tell you how to get thousands of views and subscribers in one video. I get confused by watching a bunch of them because they tell you, what you need to do. And I write it all down. I take notes, and I will use it in the future for sure, But right now, it's time for me. And another weird way, I ain't going to say it's weird, but if you're really, really hardcore and want to get into it, get you some business cards and put your name out there. Go stick them on people's cards and stuff like that, But, it's going to be hard work. Definitely. You got to make the videos, edit the videos. You got to have a good location, or you got to build your own place, which costs money. And then you got to have this place, the room to build it. And hard work, that falls with time and patience, And then the main one is money. Because you got to have the vehicles. You want to stay up to date with all the vehicles. And then you've got to have the video equipment to make the videos. And again, you have to have a place to make those videos. So, this is... I hope I made myself to where you can understand what I'm saying, because I'm not very good at this. And this is a spur of the moment thing that I did. And it's just some things that I've learned since I've had my channel. And another thing that a lot of the subscribers or channels do is they'll set up accounts where you can join their account and get a lot of new perks and information before anybody else gets it. And that's another way that you can make money, but you've got to have the audience to do something like that. But I've also found too that a lot of now, I ain't gonna say a lot, but some of the big guys that are up there, if you don't join their channel, they ignore you. I mean, the big channels don't recognize us little people anyway, unless you do something that just, is epic, spectacular, that catches everybody's eye. Some of the big companies, they give me a heart or something, to my comments that I make to them, or that I, some of the comments that I make. But another thing too is word of mouth. Big companies, these big channels are not going to put your name out there at all, no matter what. They're not. That's just a taboo, I think. I don't know what it is, but they will not mention your name. And if it is mentioned, it is kind of in a way that makes you feel small. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? So right now for me, it is just learning and having fun And on down the road, when I have time to dedicate 100% to this, I will get into it hardcore. But, you know, it is a it's a job, is what it is. And just remember these key things: it takes time, patience, hard work, and money to get out there and make money. So I won't make this video any longer. Like I always say, folks, much more to come. And take care of yourselves.